Hi, it's been a while since Oma and Opa have sent books out to their grandsons, but we thought it might be time to do that. And our little special grandson Arlo over there in Germany has a special task ahead of him in the next few days, so we thought we'd give him a couple books to read and share with his brother and his cousin to have in their book collection of Oma and Opa reading stories. And the story I'm going to read is called The Big Red Barn. And there's the big barn right there. It is a very big barn. And it's out in the country. And there's all kinds of little animals out here. There's chickens and goats and pigs and dogs, a donkey, cow. And way over in the field over here is a scarecrow. This story is by Margaret Wise Brown, and it's called Big Red Barn. Looking for birds and cats and critters, other dogs, people walking by. All right, we looked at Sydney a minute ago. Here's a dog that looks like Sydney right here in the front of the book, Big Red Barn by Margaret Wise Brown. So maybe we'll see the dogs in the book. Big Red Barn. It was a very big barn. By the big red barn in the great green field, there was a pink pig who was learning to squeal. There he is. He's got his mouth open, squealing like a pig. There was a great big horse and a very little horse. And on every barn is a weather vane, of course, a golden flying horse. It turns around and tells you which way the wind is blowing. Look at all the fields out there. That's quite a view from the top of the barn, isn't it? There was a big pile of hay and a little pile of hay, and that is where the children play. But in this story, the children are away. Only the animals are here today. The sheep and the donkey, the geese, there they are, and the goat were making funny noises down in their throats. An old scarecrow was leaning on his hoe, and a field mouse was born. I don't see where the field mouse was born. Let's see if it's on the next page. There it is right there. In a field of corn. And there's some butterflies. That's a little mouse in that corn. Cock-a-doodle-doo! In the barn was a rooster and a pigeon too, and a big white hen standing on one leg, and under the hen was a quiet egg. There was a bantam rooster with a little bantam hen and a big clutch of eggs. Count them. There are 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! That's a lot of eggs. Cock-a-doodle-doo! Moo! Moo! There was a big brown cow and a little brown cow. There was an old black cat, meow, meow, and a tiger tomcat, yow, yow. There was a big red dog, bow, wow, and some little puppy dogs, all round and warm. And they all lived together in a big red barn, and they played all day in the grass and the hay. Look at these pigs, they're in the mud. When the sun went down in the great green field, the big cow lowed and the little pig squealed. The horses stomped in the sweet warm hay, and a little donkey gave one last bray. The hens were sleeping on their nest. Even the roosters took a rest. The little black bats flew away out of the barn at the end of the day. And there they were all night long, sound asleep. Look at them all sleeping there, the dog, the cat, the sheep, goats, goose, in the big red barn. Only the mice were left to play, rustling and squeaking in the hay. You can hardly see them, but they're right there. They like to come out at night. While the moon sailed high in the dark night sky. And you know what was watching the moon? The scarecrow in the cornfield. That's the story, the end. Big red barn.